What you see behind me is a beautiful site for ducks and duck hunters. That's a temporary wetland not too far from Delta's head office in Bismarck, North Dakota. And I'm happy to report it's just one of the millions of ponds dotting the landscape across the US and Canadian prairies right now. The key elements for a strong duck production is in place. We have water. As ducks return to the prairies, they are finding much better habitat conditions compared to last year. Ample water across the prairie pothole region will provide ducks and geese with abundant nesting options this spring. A winter and spring of record-setting snowstorms and precipitation has changed the prairie landscape from one of severe and extreme drought to what the Delta team now describes as water everywhere. Two major April storms dumped snow and rain on the Dakotas, resulting in more sheet water on the landscape than at any time in recent memory. These temporary wetlands drive duck production by providing pair pond locations and critical food resources for nesting ducks. The news is just as good for ducks in Prairie Canada. Through the month of March, Winnipeg, Manitoba reported record snowfalls this winter, which has filled up wetlands that had been dry. In addition, key regions of Saskatchewan picked up a lot of snow in April to improve habitat conditions for ducks there too. Senior Waterfowl Programs Manager Matt Chenard recently surveyed the landscape as he traveled to the Delta Marsh and to our Minnedosa, Manitoba research station. He reports that breeding habitat conditions look fantastic almost everywhere he went. In the east, waterfowl habitat in the Atlantic Flyway looks equally promising. Eastern Canada and the northeastern US breeding areas are in good to excellent shape this spring. This important region went into the winter in good condition and had good snowpack into late March. That's great news for Atlantic Flyway waterfowl production and certainly for hunters next fall. In the Pacific Flyway, habitat conditions are mixed. California remains mired in a severe drought, and reduced water allocations for farmers will hurt duck production in California. In Washington and Oregon, habitat conditions have improved slightly since last fall. The best prospects for nesting ducks in the West reside at the top of the flyway in Alaska, which will start the breeding season in prime shape. Looking at the whole picture across the prairie states and provinces, we are hopeful and even excited about the potential for much better duck production this year. Thanks to abundant water and the support of Delta members, 2022 has the makings of a banner year for Delta's mission to produce more ducks for hunters in every flyway.